Welcome to another edition of His Healthy Habits. I'm Mr. Triple H himself, and today we're back for another edition of Manifestation Monday with the inspirational speaker, Mr. Anthony Qualls. And today we're talking about priorities. What's up, man?
What's good with it, Reggie? And we're back in the building, man. So yeah, today we're talking about priorities. Priorities, the definition of priority is the fact of treating oneself as important. And when it comes down with priorities, you want to make sure that when you are in a state of conquering a goal and you're in a state of achieving a dream, you want to make sure that you got to align every condition, every habit, every action has to be in correlation with you making yourself a priority. Because if you're not sitting right here putting yourself first when it comes down to achieving that dream, what's going to happen is you're going to start feeling stagnant and you have that feeling of, man, I'm doing everything for everybody else, but I feel like I'm not doing enough for myself. It's okay to be there for everybody. It's okay to take care of your friends, your family, but don't lose sight of making sure that you is okay, that you need to make sure you achieve that goal you set for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the anticipation to achieve a dream is not as highly set on somebody's heart and somebody else's vision, but it is set on your heart. So if you're not sitting right here taking those proper actions to achieve that goal every day and making it a priority, then today you're gonna fall behind the 8 ball because you're not moving with a sense of urgency to achieve the goal. One thing I realized as I started my weight loss journey, I started in this any goal I achieved, I had to realize that there come a time that I'm gonna need me time, right? When I was going to the gym, at first, anytime I get a phone call, somebody needs some help, I was there. Anytime somebody needs something to move around, or I did that. I felt like, I'm like, man, no, I'm pleasing people. Like, I feel good to please people. But it hit me till I realized I wasn't pleasing myself. And if oneself is not pleased, how can you be there for everybody else? So one thing that's so important is you gotta write down the purpose for you to take yourself priority right now. You don't take yourself serious. You want other people to have a higher respect for you, but you not take yourself serious. Your goal is going to require you to make yourself a priority. Your goal is going to require you to sit right here and take some corrective actions on how you're going to achieve that goal. You don't want hope dreams. You don't want to have wishy-washy dreams. You don't want to have inconveniency and inconsistencies dreams. One moment you feel like doing something, then when that moment got tough or the moment got hard, you shy away from it. Make it a priority. Make priority that I'm gonna be a better person day by day, brick by brick. You never see somebody build a house with one brick. You never see somebody build a house without setting a strong foundation. Your priority is your foundation of achieving a goal. Your priority is your foundation of chasing your dreams. You got to make it a priority. If not, you're going to spend the next 5, 10 years and say, how I could have did this or I wish I could have did that. No, you got to sit right here, have a list, have your own checklist and write down why you need to make this a priority. If you have a goal for next week, make it a priority to do it. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds, make it a priority. Don't just say it, make it a priority. Show up for yourself. And how you show up for yourself is you're going to get you a tablet, a notepad, a journal, and you're going to write down a corrective action, how you're going to make it a priority, how you're going to achieve it, and how you're going to make sure you check it off. One thing Kobe Bryant said that he made a contract with himself and he signed it. He made a contract that he got to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and work out. He made it with himself. That was a priority he made. He made a priority to wake up at every single day at 3 a.m. to go work out. Some of y'all too tired. Some of y'all go to bed at 8 p.m. Then somebody say waking up at 5 p.m. Ooh, it's too early for me. Yo, we only got 24 hours in a day, so what we gonna do? Are you gonna sit right and complain how something too early? And then try to do something in the convenience of what you got going on? Or are you gonna wake up a little early, do something that's a little bit more uncomfortable, but you still make it a priority? Make a priority means you gotta get uncomfortable sometimes. Make a priority means that although you might got X, Y, Z going on in your life, you still gotta go to achieve. So it's up to you to see if you really wanna achieve it. We can sit right here and go on and on about how I gotta go do this, how we do it every day. Yeah, if you ask somebody like, hey man, go hit the gym. Because the gym is like one of the number one excuses that we get when it comes down to taking care. People make excuses to take care of their health, which is so mind-blowing. That's the number one thing. Like, we have 24 hours in a day. Everybody gonna have a job. Majority of people do have kids. Handful of people are married. And everybody got something to do. But the reason why a select few people actually make a corrective action to achieve a goal, they made it a priority. You don't think people that waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning to go work out is tired for the rest of the day? They no different than you going to work at 8 a.m. and didn't work out. But they made a priority for themselves to take back their health. It's a different mindset. We can't move forward if you ain't trying to apply that action. You want to apply pressure, but you ain't trying to get a diamond out of it. It sound good. No, we have to take the corrective action to make sure we achieve the goal we want for ourselves. If not, we're gonna fall behind the 8-ball. You're gonna see everybody else that took their life, made their life a priority, made themselves a priority moving forward. It's cool to brag on how you were there for people, but can you brag on your own self? Can you brag about yourself? You can show up for your kids, which is fine. Show up for your significant other, which is fine. Show up for your family and your friends, which is fine. But that's not going to define you. Your priorities is what define you. It's kicking in the hood, smoking and chilling and talking about who shot John all day long. If that's your priority, then look at your life and how you feeling right now. If you want to wonder why you not at a certain destination in your life, look at your priorities. Some of your priorities are jacked up. You rather spend your last dollar on something that they ain't gonna bring no benefit in your life. Some of y'all going broke keeping up with the Joneses. Your priorities are messed up. And there's nothing against anybody that want to have a lifestyle of pleasurement, have a lifestyle of doing whatever they bring pleasure. But if your priority not in line, how can you enjoy the pleasurement side of things? Why should I get rewarded if I ain't put the work in? It don't make sense to me. Why should I sit right here and have the luxury to sleep in for 8 to 10 hours when I have not put no work in? That's a luxury to sleep over 8 hours a day. When we only got 24 hours a day, let it break down the time. We only got 24 hours in a single day. You go to work for 8 hours, they leave you 16 hours. We still gotta go cook, clean, and do everything else. They probably leave us 4 hours to ourselves. Some of them probably got a 1 hour to ourselves, maybe probably less than 30 minutes. We have time throughout the day to make things a priority. But the easy thing to say is, I don't got time. And I tell people this all the time, break down your schedule. Anytime somebody want to train, they be like, man, I don't got time, man, I got to do this, man, I don't need that. I like, cool. Let's break down your schedule. Let's take a journal, take a piece of paper, get a tablet, and we're going to break down your schedule from morning all down to nighttime. And usually when we break down somebody's schedule, on average, they got at least an hour and a half of spare time. But the easy thing to say is, I don't got time. Have you broke down your own schedule to make things a priority? Have you literally put things in line, brick by brick, to make it a priority to achieve the goal? What the purpose behind that priority to achieve that goal? How are you going to persevere behind being priority? How are you going to persevere to make things a priority to achieve that goal? See, priority plays a key role on how we're going to be successful. Things don't get tamed or get tackled just by saying it and speaking among people all day long. It's one thing to manifest, but you got to show up for the test as well. I can't sit right here and just preach to the choir, y'all got to go do this, and y'all go do that. But when time get tested, I'm behind the bushes. I ain't practicing what I'm preaching. I'm a hypocrite at that point. Now, prioritizing means I'm going to sit right here, write my goals down, check it off as I execute it. I just made it a priority. I put timestamps on every single goal I want to achieve. I just made it a priority. I got 7 days in a week. Out of the whole 7 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single day I did something they're gonna bring me at least an inch or a foot close to that goal. I just made my goal a priority. I just sit right here and draw almost 5 things how you can make your goals a priority. First thing you gotta do is evaluate your time. Break down your time throughout your day. Most of y'all are not working 7 days out the week. You at least got 2 or 3 off days. What's doing those days? Then you got the weekends. Most people get off early on the weekends. Like, what's up on those days? We said we don't got time, but when it's time to go wide and drink and kick it and do stuff that ain't bringing no value in our life, we got time for that. You got to break down your schedule. The second thing, have a plan. Make it think the priority comes with a plan. How you gonna plan to execute something we don't know what you're executing? You never see an army go out for war and not have a target in mind. Nah, they going out for war to kill somebody. They just not out there just walking to waste their time. So what's the goal? You gotta have a goal in mind. For having a goal in mind, you gotta write it down. Write what the goal is. Write what the dream is. Write what's your objective right now. What's at stake in your life right now if you don't make a priority? Are you gonna still live in the hood? Are you gonna still be stagnant in your life? Are you gonna still be at that job you've been at for the last 2 years? Are you still gonna battle those financial circumstances you've been facing for the last 5 years? What's at stake? Is your kids gonna be able to live a better life? Your priorities can affect them. You want to be down, you want to keep it 100 with yourself. Understand that if you don't make sure priorities are number one thing you do every day, you're gonna be jacked up. I remember one day, and I had to realize this when I was in a transition of leaving high school, going to college, and keep in mind, like when I went to PV, like I said, I told a story before, I didn't get accepted out back. Like I feel like a lot of things in life, man, I see my friends, and I be like, man, God, why everybody get a slap on the wrist, and I'm the one that got to get the butt whipping? Like what did I do to get the butt whipping? Everybody get slapped on the wrist. But I had to realize, my calling and why I had to go through certain things. So as I transitioned from high school to college, the thing I had to do at PV was called academic boot camp, right? And the academic boot camp, it was teaching teaching us as young people at that time how to prioritize studying and taking academics serious. And one thing I learned was in that transition is if I took an hour out my day to study material, I was actually getting better in that certain subject, which led me to I ended up getting a scholarship, from doing, and that's I went to PV with not getting accepted and came in my freshman year with a scholarship. That's a whole bar right there. That's because I prioritized the instructions they gave me to execute me to get into that school. And the reward was I got in with a scholarship, right? So when we were transitioning from high school, I got into the program and they're teaching us about studying. They were teaching us, at one point, that young person like, man, I ain't trying to, that wasn't really on my mind like that. No, my habits was I want to go shoot at some girls. I want to go, hang out. I'm trying to go have fun. I'm at a whole college campus. I'm at PV at that. But I had to switch my habits. So my priorities is, you got to get into this school. You need to sit right here while everybody out there sitting in that foyer, they outside, they kicking high. You need to be up there in the study lab studying over this material that you learned for the day. Like I literally made an objective to study after every single class I got out of. My priority was I had to get into the school. My mama spent hard-earned money to put me to the program. I gotta get into the school. I don't wanna feel embarrassed that I see my brother go to PV. I done see my cousin go to PV. I done seen Everybody, man, listen. I'm in high school. The least, and I don't got nothing against nobody, but some of the people I least suspected were getting accepted in PV. I don't know good going well. I gotta get into this school. That was on my mind. So I have to make these habits a priority of getting to this school. And what these priorities, a small dose of actions, day by day, it built a recognition that the school's like, hey, we gotta accept him. Not only we gotta accept him, let's throw a scholarship on top of that, because he deserves it. And that's what that's what taking your priorities serious can happen for you. But if I sit right here and was like, nah, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go outside and see if I can make somebody laugh today. Let me go outside and see, what chick think I'm cute today. Like if I make all those habits a priority, I would took away from the main goal. If I was going in and helping everybody else study and they had time for my own self to study, I'm taking away from my own goal. No, I made time for myself. I did the same thing, action work. I got me time. Me time means that there's a period of my day I'm working out. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. This is my time. The reason why I have to have me time, because I take my personal time to work out serious. Because if I'm not okay, if I'm not good mentally, how can I go into the gym and train somebody else? I'm not good. My energy is not up there to train them. So my me time is me going to the gym and I work on myself. It's just not just working out. It's a mental thing. It's able to go to the gym and get those endorphins to release in your mind. And that's what make you feel good about yourself. So now I'm feeling good about myself. I got amazing workout in. What you think this client about to get? They about to get that energy. They about to get the whole shebang of that energy. I had time to focus on myself real quick. But if I'm out here, continue. Even Superman got to focus on himself. Even your favorite hero, if they out here always saving the world, they not gonna be good themselves. So you will see them doing some jacked up stuff. You might see them losing their mental health. Even your heroes gotta have time for themselves. If that's the case, if your heroes didn't have to have time for themselves, why they gotta have a different alternative for who they are? Why one day this person, then at night to this person? They don't want everybody in their business. That means that they prioritize they own. Come on, they prioritize their own business. Because if everybody knew who they was 24/7, they wouldn't have no time for themselves. They wouldn't have no time to be who they are. Behind the costume, behind the person that's behind a suit and tie. They'll never have time for it. Because everybody got their time. So now, let's say Superman went to work. Everybody know he's Superman. What think they gonna do? Hey, Superman, I need this done. Superman, man, listen, my mama, she going, Superman, I need. No. But yeah, if Superman go to work, nobody know he's Superman, what's gonna happen? Superman can take care of himself. But when it's time for Superman to come out, he gonna show out. That's why you gotta prioritize you. Prioritize you, it keep you ahead of the game, man. It keep your foot on the gas pedal. The only way you're gonna let up if you trying to drive everybody everywhere else and they ain't give you no gas money. That's a jacked up feeling. You picked up all your homies, you picked them up, y'all trying to go to a destination, you didn't do all this stuff, man. And ain't nobody give you a lick of dime. That's how I feel when you don't put yourself first. You gotta prioritize your own self. It's only one of you. And you only got 24 hours in a day. And if you consistently complain how you don't have time, evaluate your circle. Because it could be people taking your time. And we can wake in the morning and have time to go to work. You got time for yourself somehow. You probably got to wake up early. I hear it all the time. People just like, I can't work. I'm not a morning person. Change it. So what? I never met somebody that was born and said, boy, God, when he made me a morning person. I was born. I never heard that. Out of my 27 years of living, I never heard that. And maybe I could be living the wrong life. I don't know, but I just never heard that. People create a habit to become that. Because they prioritize what they need to do to get great. So can you prioritize things to be great? Can you prioritize things to become better? When people, and I see that, the number one thing I see when people do, when they encounter fitness, And sometimes you're gonna have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm just gonna be realistically, like that's one of the key things that's gonna help you. You're gonna have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And when you see people that come from not waking up at all in the morning and actually consistently waking up early in the morning, that shows me one thing, they serious about themselves. Oh yeah. Or when I see the ladies come to the gym and they bring their kids into the gym, that let me know they taking themselves serious. That's a priority because they don't have to do that. People say, man, my eating is the only thing jacking me up. You know what? First thing that come to my mind, you ain't taking yourself a priority. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. You're just not taking yourself a priority. Because if you prioritize what you need to do to become better, your corrective action is going to fall into place. It's like yin and yang. If you want to become a better athlete, what you got to do? Practice harder. If you want to lose weight, what you got to do? Work out. If you want to be successful in whatever you want to do, what you got to do? Study your craft, learn some material, get around people that's successful on a higher level than you. But you got to make those things a priority. It's just not going to fall in your lap. It's not going to drop out the sky. People not going to be like, hey, man, they not going to just go give you and tell you things that you just want to hear. No, you got to make a priority. And don't let your priority continue to be jacked up. Change it. And priorities, it not only is a rule for making sure you pay your bills on time, making sure certain things, no, it's deeper than that. Priorities, bills is a due date. You're going to prioritize that regardless. Because some of that stuff is how we live. But can you make yourself a priority? If you don't know your purpose right now, if you don't know what you out of life, if you don't know what you want out of life right now, if you're in any stage of your life, you're not loving who you are, if you're not loving the person, look in the mirror, ask yourself this one question. Are you taking yourself, are you making yourself a priority? Are you taking yourself seriously? Ask that question. Anytime you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, you feel lost, are you making yourself a priority? And are you taking yourself seriously? Everything go yin and yang with the game. Everything is going to show you whatever you take the most seriously is what you're going to become. So Netflix is chilling, and what you take serious is going to show that. It's going out to eat every weekend is what you take serious is going to show that. You got to prioritize taking yourself serious. It was times to where, I remember when I stayed in Dallas, and this was like the peak of my weight loss journey. And the reason I speak on weight loss journey because I learned a lot of key components. I tell people all the time, you don't know what losing weight can do for you. It literally changed my life. It saved my life, number one, but it changed my life. It changed the way I move, how I act. It brought so much sense of urgency how I do things. Like, I got a lot of confidence, and I'm not an arrogant person at all, but I got so much confidence in myself to where I know if I do something, like, I'm going to kill it. Put me in the rat race. I'm going to get out. Put me in the maze. I'm going to get out of it. I ain't tripping. Throw me in the jungle. I know I'm going to survive. I'm not tripping. Because with losing weight built so much confidence in myself, I knew that, man, I'm a beast. I don't need nobody to tell me that. So every day when I would make myself a priority, listen, I was in Dallas, I was working probably 16-hour shifts. Now I was still hitting the gym because my goal was still a priority. I'm not about to sit right here and invest all my time to make somebody else some money and not take time back for myself. No, I was going to still go do it. Regardless of whatever mental thing I was going through, I was showing up at that gym dog tired. I remember the days where my feet would bleed from a work all day and I still went to the gym. Because my goal was still a priority. And that mentality that I created at that time allowed me to realize that, man, if I continue to show up for myself, this is what could happen for me. Oh, I'm about to keep on doing it. I became a dog because I went through some hard stuff and I still showed up for myself. Some people can go through pain, they stop. They go through heartbreak and they quit. They lose a loved one, they quit. They'll cry about things and they quit. Priority means that although you're going to go through this pain, you're going to go through anything that's come with it that's going to try to knock you off your course, you're going to keep on going. That prioritizing your goal, but it's prioritizing you. And if you can't handle failure, your priority going to always be jacked up. Prioritizing going to look like, man, if I fail chasing this, I'm going to double back, learn something, learn a lesson for what I went through, and keep on going. That's all it is to it. So, number one question is, are you making yourself a priority for 2023? If 2022 was not up to your liking, you was unhappy, you didn't achieve the goal that you wanted, how are you going to prioritize 2023? And if you never asked yourself the question, it's the time right now. Write it down. Shoot, we all got some paper and a pen laying somewhere around the crib, somewhere at our workplace, somewhere you're going to see this a pen and paper, or you just go buy it. But write down how you make yourself a priority. That's the only thing to ask for yourself. How you gonna evaluate your time? Break it down. Break down that time, because you got time for yourself. But you got to bring it to light. Man, I read a thing. He said that there's less than 5% of people that can consistently work out. That's crazy to me. Like, that's out of a billion people in this world. There's and I could be quoting it wrong, but I know the percentage was in the double digits though. I know that for sure. So probably 5%, maybe 7%, 8%, whatever. Only consistently. Now, I'm not talking about you work out 1 week, 2 weeks. No, you work out 2 days that week. Then 2 weeks later, you worked out now. Consistently. There's a low percentage of people that can do that consistently. And the people that do it consistently put them at advantage of everybody else. That tells me that they got their priority. They priorities are A1. Because they can sit right here and put their body through that amount of stress and pain every single day. Oh yeah, you built different. They let me know you a dog. And everybody want to be a dog pound, but they don't got the same bark as you. They don't got the same bite like you. We want to be Great Danes, but we only give it to our effort. We ain't the same, bro. You got to show up for yourself every single day and make whatever you want to achieve out of life a priority. That's the name of the game, priority. Have your priorities in check, have your priorities in line, and making sure that you check them off day by day. And watch how far you go. Be superior, baby. Miss Dad, go. Let's get it.